Hi there. In this tutorial, I'm going to implement hash table using JavaScript. So first of all, what is hash table? Table is basically a data structure which is similar to the associative array. Okay, means you can map the key to values, or we can see other ways that in JavaScript, if you have worked with objects. So if you are familiar with objects, you will know what hash table is like. It is similar. Like example, this is an object. Its key value. Okay, its value. So hash table is also a similar type of data structure, but it contains an array of buckets. So means each bucket are assigned to the array element as an element of an array. And for computing a index, means computing an index, we are using a hash function. So according to it, uh, we can generate the values, map the values against the key. So here is an something I found that shows the implementation of the hash table. So consider this as a hash table, this as an array of buckets. So 0, 1, 2, 3, these are all the elements, and all at the same time they are buckets in which our value will be inserted. So first, as you can see here, 2. uh, so as you can see, then uh, whenever, if we are trying to, suppose if we are trying to implement 14, and you can see the 14 is inserted in this first. So the hash was generated for that, and according to that it has mapped its value. So for this buckets, we can use a linked list or an array, whichever you prefer. So for this tutorial I'm going to use a linked list. Okay, and this is known as a hash collision. Means whenever the two values are inserted in one bucket. Okay, so for, means if you want a less collision, then the length of this hash bucket, this hash table should be greater even. Okay, then it will not collide, obviously. And coming to the Wikipedia page, what it says is it's an associative array data, abstract data type. Okay, hash table uses hash function, as I said, to compute an index, also called hash node, into array of buckets. Okay, so what is the time space? What is the algorithm? And we can see the average is on, search is o1. Okay, insert is o1, and delete is of 1. It's an average, and the worst case would be on. I mean, as you know that we have to loop over this also again. That's why it has to consider to be on. And for now, let's begin with the implementation part. So I have some boilerplate code here. Okay, and I'm supposing that you are well familiar with the class in JavaScript. Okay, so first of all, I am going to create this uh, bucket. Okay, this bucket is going to be array. Okay, and this array, so first it will, what our hash table will do is take a size. If not, then we will assign a default size. Okay, and that would be a 32. Okay, so for this I'm going to array, pass the size, the fill, null map new linked list. Okay, so what this code is doing here is it's first of all creating an array of the size whatever the user passes, or let's say 32. It's here creating the array of 32 and filling it the null, then mapping with a new linked list object. Okay, so first of all, your question would be why you are using a fill null then mapping it with the new linked list. And we can directly achieve this, as you know, with the directly fill, because the fill how anyhow works in the same way, but not in this case, because in the case of the object, the fill creates a reference of an object. Means if you are assigning an object here, it will not create any it will just create it will just create an element with the reference of the object in each and every indexes of the array. Okay, and with the map you are creating a new element, always a new element. So if you are familiar with the reference, what is reference, pass by reference in how object works in javascript, you may know that it would affect, because if you are directly creating with the fill, means if you are changing in one of the object, and you have to face the changes in all these different objects. Okay, and I'm going to keep the track of the keys, whatever keys are passed. Okay, so first of all, let's build a hash function, hash, which is going to generate an index for us. Okay, we are going to pass a key as a parameter. This key would be the key, actual key, what the user wants to pass over there. um, just hash array dot from dot key. So what is array dot from? You can check out the definition, but I'm explaining in the short. Whatever the string is passed here, it is converting them into the array. Suppose if you are passing a b c, so then it is converting them into the array of ls strings elements like a comma b comma c. So a b c will be whole other different elements and reduce. So I am using reduce. It's hash accumulator and key element. Okay, and what I'm going to do is hash accumulator plus the key element char code at 0. So you know that there will be a single string. Means if you are passing abc, so first in the first loop we are going to get a, and a dot char code a would be returning their code, ASCII code. Okay, and what I have to do is pass the 0 as a, so we can get the, and return hash this dot buckets dot len. to make sure the index should not be greater than the bucket length. So yeah, I think it's more or less okay. So let's run this example, and I'm just creating here two for the example. Okay, hash table example dot hash. Let's say giraffe. I don't know about the spelling if it is wrong or right. Just consider it. Okay, and let's say hash. Let me first clear this node. And as you can see, hash is 0. Okay, and suppose I pass another animal like tiger. The hash, it's actually the index of the array. Okay, and now let's implement a set keyword which would take the parameter as a key and the value transferring. Okay, on this uh, for this we should know the indexes. Index should be this dot hash, key. Okay, and so what we are going to do is this dot keys, the key object we have declared here. Yes, so we are going to store that. No, the key and what index it is in. So what it will be doing is that the key, it will be storing the key against that index hash. Okay, we are not storing again the value. So what we will do is we would linked list node. We would be catching this buckets, and just sorry, we will pass the index in which. So what it will be doing is it would be returning the linked list itself. Okay, let's not change it. So linked list. Okay, and then linked list not append key and value. Okay, so this key and the value will be going in as an object. So this is a shorthand. If you know, I'm not going to explain it about it. um, so in this example, uh, first of all I want to show that how this hash table. hash table example looks like. Okay. um, so first of all, this looks like this is the buckets, and it's as you know, we have passed the length as a 2, so there is only 2, and this is the keys. Okay. And so now what we are going to do is we are going to set a value. As take example, set. So suppose there is a zoo in which the zebras, okay, zebras are 10. Where I'm going to log this bucket. And and why it's not working? It should be working. Okay, let's see what is the problem. As if we have passed the key and the value, this is the key indices. Okay, now we don't have a pen over here or what? Yes, I think this should work, but set, why set is not working? Key and the value. Oh, that's very strange. Okay, actually, the thing is that this whole terminal, we cannot display the we cannot display the whole linked list object, because it is just compacting that in the terminal. If anyone knows, please suggest the solution, because I am not able to view. So as we know, for now, in the index 1 and index 0, so in index 1 the value has been inserted. Okay. And let's say we are again uh, tiger, spy, crocodile, before, and let's say what is output. And you can see the first index also has been filled now. The crocodile is inserted, and the tiger has been inserted as a tail of the zebra. So yes, exactly, it is working as how we assumed. um, so this is basically we are using linked list for the hash nodes. Okay. So we are clear, because and this is used to uh, generate the hash function. and sorry, this hash function is used to generate the hash and also the index of in which we are going to insert the bucket, in which bucket we are going to insert the node. Okay, and let's move on to the next method, which would be I think so delete. Yes, and delete should be like how should delete work like, you know that delete should be work like that. Just passing the key, it should remove the value from the hash table. Okay, and so for that we are going to need again this const. We are going to need the index, which index it is going to the hash, when we are accepting the key. So there is a, so we are so delete keyword, this delete keyword is used for the objects in the javascript to delete the key, the, the whole name and value. Okay, and then if so first of all we are going to look for the node which we want to delete. Okay, so how we are going to find the node, we are, yes, definitely, because we are support this dot buckets index. This is the node. uh, so first of all we will look for the index. Okay, I'm sorry, this should be linked list, and first of all we will look for in the bucket for the linked list, and on the linked list we are going to find the linked list, find callback node value dot key equals to key, the past that has been passed. So if you are wondering what this code is doing here, so in linked list I have declared a find method, okay, which would return us the node. So let me show you the how this find method works. And so in find method takes the two takes an object, it's a value or a callback function. So it is looping here, and if there is a callback, and callback current node dot value. Okay, return the current node. So what it does it uh, the so in our case we are passing callback and we are not passing the value. So whenever we are passing the callback, and for the while loop there is a two condition, that callback, if there is a callback, and callbacks current node dot value. Okay, so we are passing the current node dot value, which would be a node itself, like this node zebra and key and the value, this zebra and the this whole part is a value. Okay, key and the value, zebras and 10. Okay, and we will be passing this to the node value. So this callback function will be getting this. Okay, and node value dot key, as you know, the key would be zebra. Okay, and if we have passed the zebra, so it would return a node. Okay, so we can consider this as a node. So if there is node, then only we are going to delete. Okay, otherwise it's going to return a null. So if so this delete method is also I have created. Okay, delete, it would just delete the. Okay, so for testing this method, and I'm going to, let's say, suppose I'm going to delete uh, tiger. Let's say I want to delete the tiger. First of all, clear me let me clear this screen. Oops, the tiger is still there. Definitely I'm making some mistake. Delete this should be, this should be give them linked list and find. Let's log the node. Yes, they. Ah, okay, okay, okay. I have to pass the value because it is returning the whole node itself. Okay, okay. And yes, and you can see the tiger has been deleted. Okay, happens. It's happened. And so now we have a set, delete, and how about search means get keyword, get method. Sorry. So how do you expect get keyword, get method to work? So yes, definitely we are going to pass the key, and we are just uh, want to accept that whole node. Okay, and let's say key. So we are going to just take this. Okay, so as we know, this is going to the and this is going to point towards the bucket, to the linked list, which in which we are going to look for the keyword. And so again we are going to use a find, and now I'm pretty sure that you know how this find works. It will return the whole node, and if node, then return node dot value, as you know, because we are going to. Okay, or else not, then just pass undefined. Okay, And for some time we are just going to comment this, okay, and get. So we are going to get tiger because I've removed the delete from here, and as dot get, and let's see, first of all clear the screen, and yes, as you can see the key and the value, okay. um what if I am going to find something that is not available, like penguin? uh yes, I forget that this change, but you can see it is undefined, okay. So what if I'm trying to delete some key which is not there? How would it behave? It's returning null. Yes, is it working? And what if I want the all keys? And there was something like get keys. I have to Google that and object get keys JavaScript. Yes, there's, I think so. There that would be a keys, and how it's from, and this would be, let's say I want to get keys, hashtable example, okay. And why it is not working? It is showing that, fuck, I think so I have messed up with the spelling here over. For now, let remove this. But this should work. As example, I don't know what is wrong with this method. Get keys. Let's say get keys. Okay. Get keys. Okay, and that's working perfectly fine. But what was the issue? I don't know. I think so. It would not have been refresh or something. But this should be perfect. Okay, and so that's it. I hope you liked my content. And for I make this type of videos regularly every week. And for if you like my content, just share with your friends and subscribe to this channel. Yes. So and additional exercises you can implement, like let's say find the all the values. Okay, and find all the values, or return into return an array of all the hash table elements. Okay, so yes, thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and I hope I'm able to explain you clearly what how to implement a hash table in JavaScript. And okay, so till then, just hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.